National Calzone Day is celebrated on November 1st. It's a day dedicated to this delicious Italian dish, which is essentially a folded pizza with fillings that may include cheese, meats, and vegetables. So yummy. The calzone, originating in the 18th century Naples, Italy, was designed as a convenient, handheld meal for people on the go. The name calzone comes from the Italian word calza, meaning stocking or trouser leg, which hints at its portability and resemblance to something stuffed like a pocket. Traditionally, calzones are baked, but some regions and recipes call for them to be fried, which gives them a unique, crispy texture. Neapolitan calzones were simpler than their modern versions, typically containing mozzarella, ricotta, and a bit of tomato, folded over and sealed before baking or frying. Over time, the calzone became popular worldwide, and fillings diversified to include pepperoni, sausage, mushrooms, and various cheeses. World Ballet Day is a floating holiday, and its date is set by several ballet companies annually. This year, it takes place on November 2nd. World Ballet Day was first celebrated on October 1st of 2014, and the day brings together major ballet companies worldwide to showcase their daily work, offering fans a behind-the-scenes look at rehearsals, classes, and performances. The event is live-streamed and features iconic companies like the Royal Ballet, the Australian Ballet, and the Bolshoi Ballet, among others. World Ballet Day not only celebrates the art form, but also highlights the dedication, technique, and artistry of dancers and choreographers globally. Ballet originated as a form of entertainment in Italian noble courts. Early forms of ballet involved elaborate court dances that were often part of larger theatrical spectacles. It was Catherine de' Medici, an Italian noblewoman who became Queen of France, who introduced these court dances to France in the 16th century. Ballet truly flourished under King Louis XIV, who was a passionate dancer himself. He founded the first ballet school, the Académie Royale de Danse, in 1661. This era saw the standardization of ballet steps and the introduction of the 5 basic foot positions still used today. By the 18th century, ballet had become a distinct performance art, moving away from royal courts to theaters. Jean-Georges Nouvier, a French choreographer, was influential during this time and advocated for expressive storytelling in ballet. He also introduced ballet d'action, a style focusing on narrative through dance. This period brought a new focus on ethereal themes, love, and nature, with famous ballets like Giselle and La Sylphide. Pointe shoes became popular, allowing ballerinas to dance on their toes, adding an otherworldly quality to performances. This era also saw the rise of the ballerina as a central figure in ballet. Russia became the hub of ballet, with legendary choreographers like Maurice Petipa and dancers like Anna Pavlova and Vasyl Nijinsky. Iconic ballets such as Swan Lake, The Nutcracker, and The Sleeping Beauty were created during this time. Russian ballet schools emphasized rigorous technique and set new standards for performances. Ballet evolved to include modern themes and forms. Choreographers like George Balanchine in the United States developed neoclassical ballet, blending classical techniques with more freedom and abstraction. Today, ballet is a global art form with diverse influences. Companies worldwide perform a mix of classical and contemporary works, often incorporating multicultural elements. The internet, particularly through initiatives like World Ballet Day, has brought ballet closer to audiences everywhere, showcasing its variety and evolution. And let me end by this. Sorry if I mispronounce names. I'm not Russian or French, so please forgive me. Cliché Day is celebrated on November 3rd. Clichés are words or phrases that have become predictable or stale due to overuse. Here are some of the most commonly known clichés across English-speaking cultures. Time flies when you're having fun. Live and let live. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Life is a journey, not a destination. Opposites attract. Plenty of fish in the sea. Love conquers all. Absence makes the heart grow fonder. The grass is always greener on the other side. When one door closes, another opens. No pain, no gain. Go with the flow. When it rains, it pours. Every cloud has a silver lining. Come rain or shine. Better safe than sorry. Actions speak louder than words. Don't judge a book by its cover. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Bite off more than you can chew. Don't cry over spilled milk. The best thing since sliced bread. Curiosity killed the cat. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Job Action Day is observed on November 4th and serves as a reminder for individuals to take proactive steps in their careers and workplace situations. This day encourages people to assess their job satisfaction, explore new opportunities, and consider making positive changes in their professional lives. Job Action Day provides an opportunity for individuals to evaluate their current job roles, work environments, and overall career satisfaction. The day emphasizes taking actionable steps, whether that means seeking a new job opportunity, improving skills, or enhancing workplace relationships. It serves as a motivation for those feeling unfulfilled or stuck in their jobs to take initiative toward positive change. And I picked this day today because I absolutely despise and hate my full-time job. I do love making websites and videos, and making a living at it is what I'm striving for. What's your dream job? Let me know down in the comments. National Chinese Takeout Day is celebrated on November 5th, and it is a day dedicated to enjoying delicious Chinese cuisine from local restaurants. It encourages people to indulge in their favorite takeout dishes, whether it's savory stir-fries, dumplings, noodles, or sweet and sour options. Oh, so yummy. Chinese immigrants began arriving in the United States in significant numbers during the mid-19th century, particularly during the Gold Rush and the construction of the Transcontinental Railroad. The first Chinese restaurants in America opened in the mid-1800s, primarily in cities like San Francisco and New York. These establishments catered to Chinese laborers, but gradually attracted a broader clientele, introducing Americans to Chinese cuisine. As Chinese restaurants became more popular, they began to adapt their dishes to suit American tastes. The rise of Chinese takeout can be traced back to the early 20th century. As urbanization increased and lifestyles became busier, takeout became a convenient option for families and individuals. National Basketball Day is celebrated on November 6th each year to honor the sport of basketball and its significant impact on American culture and global sports. This day commemorates basketball's origins, recognizing Dr. James Naismith's role in inventing the game in 1891 and celebrating the NBA's contributions. Dr. James Naismith, a physical education instructor at the International YMCA Training School in Springfield, Massachusetts, was tasked with creating a new indoor game to keep his students active during the winter. Naismith developed basketball by hanging a peach basket at each end of the gymnasium and creating a simple set of rules. The objective was to throw a soccer ball into the basket without running with the ball. As the game evolved, the peach baskets were replaced by open hoop nets, and backboards were introduced to prevent interference from spectators. By 1893, women began playing basketball, and by 1898, the first professional league, the National Basketball League, was established. International Stout Day is an annual celebration of stout beer, observed on the first Thursday of November. Established in 2011, this day honors the rich history and variety of stout beer styles. The term stout referred to any strong beer, with the term stout porter emerging to describe a particularly robust version of porter, a popular dark beer in the 18th century England. Porters were known for their dark color and strong flavors, and brewers began making stouts by increasing the alcohol content. By the 19th century, stouts had evolved into their own distinct style, with regional varieties emerging, such as Irish Dry Stout, made famous by Guinness, which was first brewed in Dublin in 1759. During the 20th century, Russian Imperial Stouts gained popularity, brewed initially for the Russian court and boasting higher alcohol content to withstand long journeys. Today, stouts are enjoyed worldwide, with modern breweries experimenting with flavor profiles like coffee, chocolate, and vanilla. National Dunce Day is celebrated on November 8th to honor John Duns Scotus, a Scottish physician, scholar, and theologian who died on this day in 1308. The word dunce is a mild insult that means someone who is slow to learn or stupid. The word dunce comes from John Duns Scotus, that 13th century Scottish philosopher. His opponents called his followers Duns disciples or dullards because he was resistant to new ideas and mystical beliefs. The pointed dunce cap was originally a symbol of intelligence, but Protestant humanists began to mock Duns' intellectual airs in the 1500s. By the 19th century, teachers in Western schools began to use a pointed dunce cap as a form of public shaming to discourage misbehavior and promote discipline. The use of the dunce cap in classrooms largely faded out by the mid-20th century due to shifting educational philosophies that moved away from humiliation and punishment towards positive reinforcement and support by struggling students. Microtia Awareness Day, observed on November 9th, is dedicated to raising awareness about microtia, a congenital condition where one or both ears are underdeveloped or missing. The term microtia itself means small ear, and it can affect hearing depending on the severity of the ear's underdevelopment. The day aims to promote understanding of the condition, support affected individuals, and spread information on available treatments and resources. Treatments for microtia vary based on individual cases and can include surgical reconstruction, prosthetic ears, and hearing aids. Microtia Awareness Day also highlights the importance of early diagnosis and intervention, as well as the diverse ways people with microtia approach their hearing and ear health. Founded by the ear community organization, Microtia Awareness Day encourages people to wear the color turquoise in support of individuals with microtia.
Oh my god, it looks like your other ear.
Fasching is a lively German festival season, often referred to as the fifth season of the year. It's a time of elaborate costumes, parades, music, and revelry. Fasching season generally begins on November 11th at 11:11 a.m. and peaks with a week of celebrations just before Lent in February or March, ending on Throve Tuesday. Fasching has its roots in pre-Christian times where similar festivals were celebrated to chase away winter spirits and welcome the spring. Over time, it became intertwined with the Christian calendar, marking a period of merrymaking before the somber season of Lent. Participants wear elaborate and sometimes outlandish costumes, from historical figures to modern pop culture references, with masks often used to conceal identities, adding to the mischievous atmosphere. At the stroke of midnight on Ash Wednesday, Fasching officially ends, ushering in the more reflective period of Lent. World Pneumonia Day, observed on November 12th each year, is a global campaign to raise awareness about pneumonia, the world's leading infectious killer of children, and a significant cause of death among adults, especially in low and middle income countries. Launched in 2009 by the Stop Pneumonia Initiative, the day serves as a reminder of the critical need for preventative measures, accessible treatment, and global action to combat the disease. Pneumonia is a respiratory infection that inflames the air sacs in one or both lungs, which may fill with fluid or pus. It is caused by bacteria, viruses, or fungi, with symptoms that include cough, fever, chills, and difficulty breathing. Children under 5 and the elderly, particularly those with weakened immune systems, are most vulnerable to severe cases. World Pneumonia Day highlights a preventative illness that continues to claim lives globally. It's a call for action to bring medical advances, healthcare resources, and preventative measures to every corner of the world, ensuring everyone has the chance to live a healthy life. Symphonic Metal Day is celebrated on November 13th each year to honor the genre of music that combines heavy metal with classical orchestration. Symphonic metal traces its roots back to power metal and gothic metal. Bands from these genres began experimenting with classical elements, adding keyboards, orchestra sounds, and dramatic vocals. The genre also drew influence from progressive rock and neoclassical metal, styles known for their complex arrangements and technical musicianship. One of the earliest and most influential bands to experiment with these elements was Therion from Sweden. Therion shifted their sound in the early 1990s, introducing classical instruments and operatic vocals. Holy guacamole! Spicy Guacamole Day is celebrated on November 14th each year to honor the spicy, flavorful twist on the classic avocado-based dip. This day is perfect for fans of guacamole who like a bit of heat with their creamy avocado. Guacamole has ancient roots dating back to the Aztec civilization in what is now Mexico. The Aztecs were cultivating avocados as early as 500 BC. The Aztecs believed that avocados had aphrodisiac qualities. Alright, I'm gonna go eat 10 of those suckers, and consider them a symbol of fertility. Their version of guacamole was likely simpler than what we know today, traditionally made with avocados mashed with salt and perhaps mixed with chili peppers and tomatoes. As Mexican cuisine became more popular in the US, guacamole grew in popularity as well. By the 1960s and 1970s, guacamole was commonly served in Mexican-American restaurants, and it eventually became a staple for home cooks and party menus. National Raisin Bran Cereal Day is celebrated on November 15th each year, honoring the beloved breakfast cereal that combines crunchy bran flakes with sweet raisins. The concept of breakfast cereal started gaining popularity in the late 19th and early 20th centuries, driven by the health food movement and a growing awareness of nutrition. Cereal companies began experimenting with various grains and ingredients to create new breakfast options. Bran, the outer layer of cereal grains, was recognized for its health benefits, particularly its high fiber content. This led to the idea of incorporating bran into cereals, making them more nutritious. The first commercial Raisin Bran cereal was introduced by Post Consumer Brands. While the exact date is difficult to pinpoint, Post was among the first to popularize this combination of bran flakes and raisins, marketing it as a healthy breakfast choice. Today, Raisin Bran remains a staple in many households and is widely available in grocery stores. It is celebrated for its balance of taste and nutrition, appealing to both adults and children. National Fast Food Day is celebrated annually on November 16th in the United States. From classic burger chains to pizza places and taco joints, fast food has become a staple in the busy lives of people across the globe. White Castle was founded in 1921 in Wichita, Kansas. White Castle is considered the first fast food burger chain, pioneering the use of standardization in food preparation and sales. The fast food industry truly exploded with McDonald's in the 1940s. After the McDonald brothers revolutionized the industry with their speedy service system for fast preparation, Ray Kroc helped expand it into a global franchise, setting the template for modern fast food. Chains like Burger King, KFC, and Taco Bell soon followed, creating an international fast food boom. Today, fast food is a multi-billion-dollar industry with a wide range of menu items catering to various tastes and dietary needs. My fast food is Burn Dairy, 2 egg salad sandwiches for $5. National Hiking Day, also known as Take a Hike Day, is celebrated on November 17th each year. This day encourages people of all ages and fitness levels to explore the great outdoors, discover new trails, and enjoy the mental and physical benefits of hiking. It's a time to step away from the daily grind, immerse in nature, and appreciate the beauty of the landscapes around us. A moderate hour-long hike can burn between 400 to 600 calories, depending on factors like body weight, speed, and trail difficulty. The Great Trail in Canada spans over 15,000 miles, making it the longest recreational trail network in the world. It crosses all 13 Canadian provinces and territories. The Appalachian Trail runs from Georgia to Maine in the United States and spans approximately 2,190 miles. Completing the Appalachian Trail takes 5 to 7 months, with only about 20% of those who attempt it finishing the full trek. Hiking has been shown to reduce symptoms of anxiety and depression. Married to a Scorpio Support Day on November 18th. Being in a relationship with a Scorpio born between October 23rd and November 21st can be a powerful, intense, and deeply fulfilling experience.
Scorpio.
Scorpio.
Known for their passion, loyalty, and complexity, Scorpios bring a unique dynamic to relationships that can be incredibly rewarding, yet challenging to navigate at times.
I am just looking for an excuse. Anything at all will do.
Married to a Scorpio Support Day on November 18th. Being in a relationship with a Scorpio born between October 23rd and November 21st can be a powerful, intense, and deeply fulfilling experience. National Camp Day is celebrated annually on November 19th to celebrate the magic and impact of camp experiences for children, teens, and adults alike. Camps offer opportunities for adventure, personal growth, social connections, and unforgettable memories. The first documented organized camp in North America was the Gunnery Camp in 1861, created by Frederick William Gunn, a Connecticut school principal who believed in outdoor learning. He took students on 2-week trips to teach them about nature, survival, and self-reliance. By the late 1800s, the Young Men's Christian Association, that's the YMCA, began organizing summer camps to promote moral and physical development for young men, providing structured outdoor activities. In 1885, Camp Algonquin was found in Illinois and is one of the earliest camps that set the model for traditional American camps, with activities like swimming, fishing, and hiking. International Hug a Runner Day is observed on November 20th to show appreciation for runners of all levels, from casual joggers to competitive marathoners. Hug a Runner Day began as a grassroots movement by running enthusiasts who wanted to celebrate the positivity, encouragement, and support found in the running community. Now, do you run after these people and hug them, or do you wait until they're done and cross the finish line? Running can be an individual pursuit, but Hug a Runner Day fosters a sense of community by encouraging friends, family, and fellow runners to come together to show appreciation. While you're both running, are you hugging each other while you're both running? How does that work? Whether someone is running for fitness, recreation, mental health, or as part of a competitive sport, Hug a Runner Day celebrates runners of all abilities. I don't know. After they ran like a marathon, aren't they all sweaty and icky and sticky? I suppose if you're running with them, you can hug them because you're both icky and sticky. I suppose you should wait until after they take a shower. And when you hug them, they're nice and fresh and clean. The Great American Smokeout is an annual event organized by the American Cancer Society, held on the third Thursday in November. This day encourages smokers to take the first step towards quitting smoking and ideally to quit for good. The idea for the Great American Smokeout began in the early 1970s when Arthur P. Moloney in Randolph, Massachusetts, encouraged people to give up smoking for a day and donate the money saved to a local high school. The ACS, the Great American Smokeout, officially launched the event in 1977, establishing it as an annual event on the third Thursday in November. Over the years, the Smokeout has helped increase awareness of the dangers of smoking and contributed to policies supporting smoke-free spaces and restrictions on tobacco advertising. And I remember the days you could smoke in bars and people used to smoke at work. A story my aunt used to give my cousin as a very young age a note to go down to the corner store to get a pack of cigarettes. A note you used to be able to give a kid for them to walk down to the store and get you a pack of cigarettes and walk back and give them back to you. Sounds crazy, but that's the way it used to be. Love Your Freckles Day is celebrated each year on November 22nd as a day to appreciate and embrace freckles as a beautiful and unique feature. Freckles are typically hereditary, meaning they are more likely to appear in people with certain genes. The MC1R gene is commonly associated with freckling. People with variations in this gene are more likely to develop freckles, especially those with lighter skin tones. Melanin is the pigment that gives skin, hair, and eyes their color. Freckles are caused by clusters of cells that produce more melanin than the surrounding skin cells. Unlike moles or birthmarks, freckles aren't raised. They are simply areas of concentrated pigmentation. Freckles are more likely to develop or become darker when the skin is exposed to sunlight. UV rays stimulate melanin production, which acts as a protective response by the skin to prevent damage. People with fair or light skin tones, especially those with red or light-colored hair, are more likely to develop freckles because their skin produces less melanin overall. National Cashew... No, not that kind of cashew. National Cashew Day is celebrated on November 23rd each year. This day highlights the delicious and nutritious cashew nut, not only a tasty snack, but also a great ingredient in various dishes, from savory meals to desserts. Cashews are packed with healthy fats, protein, and essential nutrients like magnesium and copper, making them a popular choice among health-conscious eaters. Cashew trees are native to northeastern Brazil. Portuguese explorers brought cashew seeds to other tropical regions such as India and Africa in the 16th century. Cashews are actually seeds, not nuts. They grow on the bottom of a cashew apple, which is a fruit from the cashew tree. That fruit that grows with the cashew nut, known as the cashew apple, is edible and often used to make juice, jams, and even alcoholic beverages in some countries, especially in Brazil and India. Those boozers. National Sardines Day is celebrated on November 24th each year. This day honors the small, oily fish that are packed with nutrients and often come canned, making them a convenient and affordable source of protein. Sardines were named after the Italian island of Sardinia, where they were once abundant. Sardines are rich in omega-3 fatty acids, protein, calcium, and vitamin D, making them a great choice for heart, bone, and brain health. Sardines are considered a sustainable seafood option because they reproduce quickly and they are lower on the food chain, reducing the risk of overfishing. Sardines can be eaten straight from the can or added to recipes like salads and sandwiches. Fresh sardines are also delicious when grilled. Sardines are enjoyed globally with different countries. Sardines were one of the first types of fish to be canned in the 19th century, helping them become a global staple food. Sardinia. I wonder if there's trips to Sardinia. Do you think there's vacation packages to Sardinia? National Parfait Day is celebrated on November 25th each year. It's a day to indulge in this layered dessert traditionally made with ingredients like yogurt, custard, whipped cream, fruit, and granola. And the dessert was first created in France around 1894. The traditional French parfait is actually quite different from the American version. In France, it was initially a frozen dessert made with a simple mixture of cream, sugar, and egg yolks, similar to ice cream but without the churning. This mixture was poured into molds and frozen, resulting in a smooth and creamy texture. In the early 20th century, parfaits made their way to the United States, where they quickly gained popularity, but were adapted to fit American tastes and ingredients. Rather than a frozen molded dessert, the American parfait became a layered dish with the ingredients like yogurt or pudding, granola, whipped cream, and fresh fruit. Often served in tall, narrow glasses, the layers in the parfait are visible, showcasing a beautiful presentation that highlights each element. I find it both funny and ironic that National Cake Day is on the same day as Anti-Obesity Day. Anti-Obesity Day is observed annually on November 26th to raise awareness about the rising global prevalence of obesity and its serious health implications. Established by various health organizations, this day emphasizes the importance of preventative measures, healthier lifestyle choices, and better healthcare systems to combat obesity. The initiative particularly focuses on education, encouraging people to adopt balanced diets, regular exercise, and better mental health practices, all of which play a role in managing and preventing obesity. Hey, I was a fat kid, so I can appreciate the struggle. I was 285 at my heaviest. Then I discovered girls and decided I want me one of those. I went on my own self-made diet and made sure I did something active every day. I also grew in that time frame, so that helped. I still struggle with my weight today, sitting at 230 pounds. I go up and down all the time. Drinksgiving, also known as Blackout Wednesday, is observed on the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. It's one of the biggest drinking nights of the year in the U.S., as many people are off work the next day and home for the holiday, creating an opportunity to reconnect with friends at local bars or pubs. College students returning for the holidays and adults looking to unwind before the family-centered Thanksgiving festivities contribute to its popularity. The term Drinksgiving originated as a social tradition in the U.S. during the late 20th century, became prominent in the 1990s and 2000s with the rise of bar culture around Thanksgiving. By 2014, it started appearing more frequently in online searches. The term Blackout Wednesday reflects the heavy drinking associated with the night and the potential for overindulgence. And it also raises concerns about drunk driving and public safety, prompting awareness campaigns to encourage responsible drinking. You know I have to say it, girls and boys, drink responsibly, don't drink and drive. You listen to Uncle Chris. Turkey trots are festive running events held in various locations across the United States around the Thanksgiving holiday. These community-focused runs typically feature participants donning holiday-themed attire and embracing the spirit of fun, charity, and health. While some events function as competitive races, many prioritize enjoyment over competitiveness. And there's one right here, a couple towns over from where I'm sitting. I participated a couple of times, and it is a good time. I always recommend it. The Webster Turkey Trot is a long-standing community event in Webster, New York that celebrates both local traditions and the spirit of Thanksgiving. This race, which is in its 53rd year in 2024, has become a beloved tradition among residents, offering both in-person and virtual options. The Webster Turkey Trot started as a practice run for a local cross-country team and has evolved into a popular race attracting many participants. It features two main race categories, a 4.4-mile course and a shorter 2.5-mile option, allowing runners of all abilities to join in the festivities. Abraham Lincoln's Thanksgiving Proclamation is a significant milestone in the history of Thanksgiving in the United States. Issued on October 3rd of 1863 during the Civil War, this proclamation established a national day of Thanksgiving, which would be celebrated on the last Thursday of November. This act not only aimed to unify the nation amid the turmoil of war, but also reflected Lincoln's deep appreciation for the blessings that the country has experienced despite the ongoing conflict. Prior to Lincoln's proclamation, Thanksgiving was celebrated at different times and in various ways across the states, with no official national date. The push for a formal Thanksgiving holiday was significantly influenced by Sarah Josepha Hale, an editor and writer who advocated for a National Day of Thanks for 36 years. In 1941, Congress officially established Thanksgiving as the fourth Thursday in November, ensuring its place in American culture tradition. Now go eat yourself some turkey and some yummy stuffing. Thanksgiving is a holiday rich in traditions, history, and cultural significance. Here's why. Don't blink. Frozen turkey bowling, a quirky and entertaining holiday tradition, has its roots in the creative mind of Derek Johnson, who first conceptualized the sport in the 1980s, originating at Lucky's Supermarket in Santa Ana, California, where Johnson was working at the time. This unusual game involves rolling frozen turkeys down the aisles to knock over soda bottles, mirroring traditional bowling, but with a humorous twist. Johnson set up a bowling lane using 2-liter soda bottles as pins and started sliding wrapped butterball turkeys down the aisles. This whimsical activity quickly garnered attention and laid the foundational concept for what would become frozen turkey bowling, a unique holiday tradition. As frozen turkey bowling gained popularity, Johnson devised official rules and terminology for the game. In line with traditional bowling terminology, he coined terms like gobbler for 2 strikes in a row and wishbone for a 7-10 split. The simplicity of the concept allowed it to become a fun activity for families and communities during Thanksgiving celebrations. The first known turkey gifts were delivered to the White House by Rhode Island turkey farmer Horace Vos from 1873 until his death in 1913. However, this tradition did not involve the idea of pardoning. Rather, it was common for these turkeys to end up as the centerpiece of the Thanksgiving meal. The first documented act resembling a pardon occurred during John F. Kennedy's presidency in 1963 when he received a turkey that had a sign reading, "Good eating, Mr. President." Kennedy decided to spare the turkey, stating, "We'll just let this one go." The word pardon was first formally used in relation to a turkey during Ronald Reagan's presidency in 1987. During a press conference related to the Iran-Contra affair, Reagan humorously mentioned pardoning a turkey named Charlie to deflect attention from the political scandal. The turkey pardon as an official White House event took shape in 1989 under President George H.W. Bush, who made a humorous remark about the turkey not ending up on anyone's dinner table, thereby granting it a presidential pardon. Buy Nothing Day is an international day of protest against consumerism, celebrated annually on the day after Thanksgiving in the United States, often referred to as Black Friday, and on the last Saturday in November in many other countries.
'Tis the season to spend. The holidays costing the average American about $1,000 this year.
Buy Nothing Day was created in 1992 by Ted Dave, a Canadian artist and activist, as a reaction to the growing consumer culture and the excessive shopping that often accompanied the holiday season. The goal is to raise awareness of the environmental and social impacts of consumerism. The concept gained traction and was popularized by the organization Adbusters, known for its anti-consumerist environmental campaigns. The movement expanded globally, with the day now observed in over 60 countries. Buy nothing on Buy Nothing Day. Unless it's for me, then you have my permission. I like a nice coat. I like them with the wool lining and matching gloves. Mason Jar Day is celebrated on November 30th each year, commemorating the invention of the mason jar, a glass container designed for home canning and preserving food. The mason jar was invented in 1858 by John Landis Mason, a New Jersey tinsmith. He patented a glass jar that featured a screw-on lid with a rubber seal which allowed it to be tightly sealed and vacuum-packed, making it ideal for preserving food. The most well-known brands of mason jars, such as Ball and Kerr, began production in the late 1800s and early 1900s. Ball jars became synonymous with home canning. Over the years, various improvements were made to mason jar designs. For example, the Ball Company introduced the first perfect mason, featuring a wider mouth for easier filling and cleaning. Rubber seals were replaced by modern metal lids, which became more effective for ensuring airtight seals. Today, mason jars are used for a wide variety of purposes, including storing food, crafting, and as drinking vessels.